I remember the moment I stood in front of the family I once adored. A collection of faces twisted in disbelief, their laughter like shards of glass slicing through my resolve. It was the day I returned home after years of being a pariah, years spent submerged in the depths of research that no one else dared to touch. Cursed infestations, they had called it. Delusional, my mother had said. You're going to disgrace us, my father warned, casting me out like a fallen leaf in autumn. But I wasn't the same person who had left that home. I was now a renowned paranormal entomologist, an expert in the grotesque and the haunted, the one who survived the horrors that others only whispered about. I had unearthed dark truths that chilled the bravest souls, and now I returned not as the foolish daughter they had mocked, but as a harbinger of what they had chosen to dismiss. The air in that old house was thick, cloying with memories and the scent of neglect. My family gathered, their expressions a mix of skepticism and feigned curiosity. I felt the weight of their judgment like a shroud. "So, what have you found?" my brother sneered, leaning back in his chair with that familiar, infuriating smirk. "More fairy tales?" I took a breath, steadying the tremor in my hands as I placed a meticulously catalogued box on the table. Inside were specimens I had collected, cursed insects, grotesque mutations, each one a testament to the horrors I had faced. "This," I said, "is the evidence of what I've discovered." Their expressions shifted, curiosity momentarily eclipsing their scorn. But I knew they would never understand. I had spent years mapping the territories that others feared to tread. Each haunted site I visited, each tainted location I explored, had revealed secrets that screamed to be acknowledged. I had survived infestations that twisted the very fabric of reality, and now I was here to show them the darkness they had dismissed. As I began to explain the grotesque anomalies I had encountered, the room darkened, shadows creeping in like a slow tide. "You see," I said, my voice trembling with urgency, "the infestations are not just physical. They carry a curse, an energy that feeds on despair, on disbelief." I paused, letting the words hang heavy in the air. "And if you continue to deny them, they will come for you." Laughter erupted, but it was hollow, nervous. My mother, clutching her pearls, tried to mask her fear with a brittle smile. "You've really lost it, haven't you, dear?" She chuckled, but the tremor in her voice betrayed her. "Insects can't curse people." That's when it happened. I felt it first, a chill that slithered down my spine, a whisper of something lurking just beyond the veil of reality. Outside, thunder rumbled ominously, the sky darkening as if nature itself conspired with my revelations. And then, from the depths of the box, a low, resonant hum began to vibrate through the air. The box trembled violently, and I could see the fear dawning on their faces. "You need to listen to me," I shouted, desperation clawing at my throat. "You have to believe." But it was too late. The box burst open, a swarm of grotesque, mutated insects erupting into the room. A living nightmare unleashed. Their bodies glistened with an otherworldly sheen, each one a grotesque reminder of the curses I had studied. They buzzed like angry wasps, a cacophony of terror that filled the air, drowning out my pleas. My father stumbled back, eyes wide as he tried to swat them away. "What the hell is this?" he shouted, his voice cracking. The laughter had faded, replaced by primal fear. My brother was frozen, mouth agape as the creatures danced around him, weaving in and out of his vision like vengeful spirits. "Please," I cried, stepping forward, trying to contain the chaos. "I didn't want this. You mocked me, but I tried to warn you. They're drawn to disbelief, to fear." The room erupted into chaos. My mother screamed as one of the insects landed on her. its grotesque form pulsing with an unnatural light. She swatted at it, but it only multiplied, a swarm now spiraling around her, taunting her with the very fear she had dismissed. The truth of my research was laid bare before them, a living testament to the horrors I had faced. I felt a dark satisfaction welling up inside me, but it was tinged with sorrow. This was not what I had envisioned when I sought to expose the truth. They had mocked me, but now they stood on the edge of a nightmare, and I was powerless to save them from the consequences of their disbelief. As the chaos escalated, I reached into the box, grasping the one specimen that had nearly broken me, an insect of unimaginable horror, a being that thrived on the very essence of despair. I held it aloft, feeling the weight of its dark energy coursing through me. "Believe," I screamed, the words ripping from my throat. "Believe or be consumed." In that moment, their eyes met mine, and I could see the dawning realization. They understood the cost of their ridicule, the price of their ignorance. Fear replaced laughter, and in that terrifying silence, I felt a strange sense of vindication. They were witnessing the very darkness I had uncovered, the truth that had eluded them for so long. The insects swarmed, a cacophony of shrieks and cries echoing through the room. My family was engulfed in the haunting reality of what they had chosen to deny. Their faces twisted in horror, their screams mingling with the buzzing swarm, and I knew that this moment would forever be etched in their minds. I turned away, leaving them to face the darkness they had dismissed. I had achieved what I set out to do: expose the truth, embrace the horror, and survive. As I stepped into the storm outside, a chilling realization settled over me. I was no longer the fool they had mocked. I was a survivor, a keeper of dark secrets, and now I was free. But freedom came at a cost. The shadows would always follow, and the weight of knowledge would linger, haunting me as I ventured further into the unknown. I looked back one last time at the home filled with screams, the echoes of disbelief now replaced with terror, and I understood that the darkness I had survived was also the darkness they would never escape.